Welcome back. We continue with our series of I Screwed Up, Don't Do What I Did. Business lessons I learned the hard way.
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy. During the late 80s and 1990s, I was in the insurance and risk management business, and I had clients with about $25 million to several $1 billion worth of revenue. They were national and multinational companies. And one of the areas I was responsible for was crime and employee dishonesty, employees stealing from you. And what I really came to realize, and most people that are in business don't understand this, that over 80% of my clients had suffered a major employee dishonesty claim. Now, everyone that is in business suffers from employee dishonesty. And that's not to say that everybody's horrible and all employees are dishonest, but everybody suffers from it. And it can just be very simple things. And quite frankly, for many, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I believe that any loss, any employee dishonesty, any fraud is fraud, period. I don't care about how much it is. To me, lying is lying, stealing is stealing. It happens all the time with, let's take hourly employees. They punch in their time clocks, right? The little time card they punch in. And what happens? Sometimes they leave them right by the time clock. They've got a buddy. They clock them in. They clock them out. They go to lunch, but they don't clock out. If they take a break, they don't clock out. It happens every day. As a matter of fact, one of the companies I had the cards, and I realized that people were punching other people in and out. So I went to an electronic card that they held, carried in their wallet or their purse. Then what I found is they were just leaving those around, and they were doing the same thing. They were taking the cards, punching people in, punching people out, not punching out for lunch, etc. Then I found a system where they had to use their thumb. It was a thumbprint, and it actually scanned their thumb, and that's how they clocked in and clocked out. At least I knew nobody was stealing somebody's thumb to do that. Employees overestimate the amount of expenses that they're due back, the mileages that they travel. Many times they're on the clock, but they're not working, right? They're in the bathroom, they're on the phone, they're doing something. All of that is time being stolen from you, the employer. Goods being stolen, inventory being stolen, money, technology, customer lists, doing work on the side and taking cash, moonlighting with your customers. All of this results in employee dishonesty, fraud, and the cost to your company can be very significant. When I moved down to Atlanta, I was working for an organization, and we found out very quickly that someone in the accounts payable department was stealing. She had stolen over $2 million over a period of 5 years. Now, I won't tell you how she did it, but it's really, really simple, and it happens all the time. You would think that I saw this all the time, and I would know all the tricks, and I do, and that I would never suffer from it. Guess what? Wrong. I found myself with 2 employees that were stealing from me, and when I finally caught them, I was down about $70,000. They were taking inventory, they were selling it, and pocketing the cash. Now, whose fault was that? Well, theirs for stealing, but I was not keeping track of inventory like I needed to. We were selling a lot, we were moving a lot of inventory, and quite frankly, it just wasn't something that I was keeping track of the way I needed to on the smaller items. I knew the bigger items, but the smaller ones, they were going through the door. They weren't ending up in the cash register. And I turned around one day and realized I was down just about $70,000. Cops needed to be called. Person was arrested, charged with a felony. Not a good situation for anybody. This is my reminder to you. If you're in business, you need to track, measure, and hold accountable those individuals that might be stealing from you. Because if it hasn't happened already, I'm afraid to say that it will happen to you one day, and it's not a very happy day. Make it very clear to your staff what you expect, what you don't expect, and the consequences for any theft. When my team found out that I prosecuted this employee and I pressed charges and she was charged with a felony, guess what? Did we have any employee dishonesty issues going forward? Nope. And I made it very clear for every person that came in after that wasn't there for that incident, made it very clear how I handle these situations. Make it very clear to your team, your staff, what you will do. Thank you so much for listening today. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope you found today's show valuable. If you would like to receive these shows automatically to your phone or to your computer, simply go to iTunes and subscribe. After listening to several of the shows, if you're so inclined, please leave us a 5-star rating, as this helps us reach additional people and spread the message. If you're truly committed to taking your life to the next level and doing whatever it takes to become a peak performer, but something's holding you back, something is blocking your way, and you just can't seem to figure out what it is, send me an email to info@thorconklin.com, and I'd be more than happy to get on the phone with you. We'll schedule a 15-minute discovery call. No obligation, no cost. I absolutely love to hear from the listeners, and if there's something I can do to help, I'd be more than happy to do that. Also, if you found something of great interest in today's show and you want to share that with your friends and family, simply go to my Facebook page, Thor Conklin, click on the episode, hit the share button, and share it on your page. You can follow me at Twitter at Thor Conklin. The website is thorconklin.com. We're constantly adding new free resources, discussing additional tricks, tips, tools, and strategies on how to be a peak performer. Remember, I try to keep these episodes short so you can listen to them during dot time, doing other things, commuting, driving, walking, working out. Decide to be a peak performer in all that you do. And until tomorrow, have an absolutely amazing day.